Does it know me? That thought echoed in my mind as I stared at the glowing text on the door of my old, reliable refrigerator. It wasn't a reminder to buy milk or a low stock warning. It was a single, chilling question. Are you truly happy? My refrigerator, affectionately nicknamed Frosty, despite its tendency to ice up in inconvenient places, was as ordinary as they come. White, slightly dented from years of clumsy encounters with grocery bags, and definitely not one of those fancy smart models with touchscreens. My life was fairly routine. Wake up, work from home, prepare meals, often with ingredients from Frosty, maybe watch some TV, sleep. Frosty had been a silent witness to this routine for the past 5 years, a constant hum in the background of my otherwise quiet apartment. One Tuesday afternoon, as I reached for a yogurt, I noticed something odd. A faint blue glow was emanating from the bottom of the fridge door. I crouched down, thinking a light bulb had gone rogue, but instead, I saw words forming on the cool metal surface, as if etched by an invisible hand. Don't forget your umbrella tomorrow. It was specific, almost caring. I checked the weather app on my phone. Sure enough, rain was predicted. A strange coincidence, I thought. Maybe a trick of the light. I dismissed it, grabbed my yogurt, and went back to work. But the image of those glowing words lingered in my mind. Later that evening, as I was putting away leftovers, another message appeared. That person you met today? They liked your laugh. I replayed my interactions from the day. There was that brief chat with the barista at the coffee shop. Had she really liked my laugh? It felt too personal, too specific to be a random occurrence. My heart started to pound. Was Frosty talking to me? Over the next few days, the messages continued. They weren't about food at all. They were little observations, gentle reminders. Almost like a silent, unseen companion was offering snippets of insight into my life. Try calling your brother. I hadn't spoken to him in weeks. You deserve a break. I had been working non-stop. Each message was a subtle nudge, a piece of advice that resonated with my current thoughts and feelings. It was as if Frosty was somehow aware of me. But how? It was just an old refrigerator. I started paying closer attention to it, examining every inch, looking for any sign of hidden technology or tampering. There was nothing, just the usual humming and occasional groaning of an aging appliance. The messages appeared seemingly at random, sometimes multiple times a day, sometimes just once. They were always blue, always glowing softly, and always surprisingly accurate. It was starting to feel less like a glitch and more like communication. But who or what was communicating through my refrigerator? Was it some kind of elaborate prank? Was I losing my mind? The question from the first message kept resurfacing. Are you truly happy? It felt like a direct probe into my deepest thoughts, a quiet challenge to the contentment I often pretended to feel. The messages began to delve deeper. You miss your old friend. A pang of longing hit me. I hadn't thought about Sarah in years. That dream you had, it meant something. I had dismissed it as just a random jumble of images. Frosty's messages were forcing me to confront things I had been avoiding, to acknowledge feelings I had been suppressing. It was unsettling, this intimate knowledge coming from an inanimate object. I started talking to Frosty, whispering my thoughts and fears as I opened the door to grab ingredients. It felt ridiculous, yet somehow comforting. And sometimes I would get a response. Not always in words, but perhaps a change in the glow, a slightly louder hum. One evening, I was feeling particularly down. Work had been stressful, and I felt isolated. I opened the fridge, hoping for some kind of comforting message, and there it was. You are stronger than you think. Tears welled up in my eyes. It was exactly what I needed to hear. It was as if Frosty wasn't just observing me, it was empathizing with me. Then came the message that truly sent a shiver down my spine. I had been thinking about a childhood secret, something I had never told anyone. a moment of guilt I had carried for years. I opened the refrigerator, and there it was, glowing in blue. She forgives you. The specificity, the impossibility of it, hit me like a shock. How could Frosty know that? How could it know about something so deeply buried in my past? That's when the question flashed across the door. Does it know me? It wasn't just observing, it was understanding. It was accessing something personal, something profound. I stood there, frozen, staring at my refrigerator, a wave of fear and awe washing over me. Was Frosty just a refrigerator? Or was it something more? Something connected to me in a way I couldn't comprehend. Maybe it was a glitch, a strange technological anomaly. Or maybe, just maybe, the objects around us hold more secrets, more awareness, than we ever imagine. What if our appliances are trying to communicate with us in their own silent, electric way?
What hidden connections do we have with the everyday items in our lives? Share your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Inverted Everyday Stories for more bizarre tales. And tell us, if your refrigerator could send you a message, what do you think it would say?